This is a particular diagram for Egg Bungee Jump. So you can see it's got teacher background notes, planning ahead and equipment list, teaching and learning plan, student investigation sheet, a video and a demonstration as part of this. Now, all of these are hyperlinked, so when you then go to teacher background notes, if you click on that, it downloads it as a Word document. All of these things are Word documents and they're Creative Commons, which means you're able to download them, cut and paste them, change them, photocopy them. As long as you attribute them to Science Assist, then you can do what you like with them. So you can embed them into your own teaching and learning program, change the questions in the student investigation sheet to suit your context, whatever you want to do with that. All right, so what we're going to do now is I'm just going to show you how to unpack this particular CLE and what it looks like. So I've downloaded the teacher background notes. In the teacher background notes, if I just open this up, oh, it's tired as well. There we go. You can see it once again gives you the background to the CLE, what it's all about, has a hyperlink to the Australian Curriculum Science links, lists the learning intentions again, tells you a suggested time, and that's if you do all of the activities in the CLE, and of course you look at that and go, well, in my context it's going to take me twice as long or half the time or whatever, knowing your own students. It lists the prior knowledge that the students will need coming into this to do this and get the most out of it. It then talks you through the new concepts to be introduced, and this little blue button here highlights where the maths is involved in this particular CLE, so that you can look to see whether, well, oh, if my students are going to need to know linear equations to be able to do this, maybe I need to talk to the maths teacher, or if I am the maths teacher, maybe I need to do some work with linear equations first, and so on. Then it lists the possible misconceptions in here, what students, and they're all set out in this way, what students may think instead of thinking this. So gives you a heads up as to what the misconceptions may be, and then links to further information. So that's all in the teacher background notes. There is also a planning ahead and equipment list, but we're going to look at the teaching and learning plan. So the planning ahead and equipment list is something that if you're doing, say it's a biology unit and may say you need to plant these seeds 3 weeks ahead of time, those kinds of things, but it's often a list you can then give to your lab tech and say, I'm going to be needing these things. And then there are safety notes also in the teaching and learning plan. So I'll just open this one. The teaching and learning plans are all set out the same way. Once again, it lists the learning intentions and forefronts them, suggested time, hyperlinks to the planning ahead and equipment list, safety considerations, and then there are 3 parts. There are always 3 sections, so it relates to a 3-phase kind of lesson or 3-phase unit, where you have an introduction, which is, if you're using 5Es, it's your engage phase. It's the part where you elicit prior knowledge, you challenge misconceptions, you get the students interested, engaged, you make their thinking visible so you know where you're going. It could be an investigation, an activity that they do. It could be a video. It could be a demonstration, lots of different things. But it is it's set out so you know exactly what you need to do. So for this one, it says, introduce them by showing this video, links to the video. It then says, show it through once, ask these questions. So it's very explicit. It may seem to some of you, I don't need to be told to ask a particular question, but again, we wanted to support you with lots of information. Then it says stop the video, ask and stop it at these particular points, draw this diagram, ask the students this, get them to write down that, and so on. It then goes through an explanation of what you're talking about, what they might come up with, the science that's involved. The next section is the core. It lists the equipment for the core. Now the core, the intro leads you into the core. The core may be one investigation in total, or it may be a series of smaller investigations. In this case, it's just one large one, and it sets out exactly what you're meant to do. And I'm going to flick through this because we're actually going to do it, and I don't want you to see the answers just yet. And then finally, it finishes with a conclusion. So I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint. They're all the things that I've said. The teacher support has the background notes with those kinds of things. The implementation has the structure, the safety considerations, introduction, core, with the activities, the expected results and explanations, assessment opportunities, and a concluding activity or concluding questions or project or whatever you come up with.